Welcome to episode 15 of the Mr. and Mrs. Wrestling podcast. We've got another action-packed week to break down for you. We'll dive into all the big moments from AEW Dynamite and Collision. We'll catch you up on everything that went down on WWE SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, and go over the wild Friday night that was GCW Evil Deeds and AAA Worlds Collide show, along with all the latest news and notes from around the world of professional wrestling.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
This episode of Mr. and Mrs. Wrestling is powered by W Energy. Listen up, brother. You know in the squared circle it's all about having the energy to go the distance. No sugar crashes, no jitters, just clean, focused fuel to keep you going through every promo, every match, and every late-night wrestling bitch. That's where W Energy comes in, the ultimate tag team partner for your brain and body. Packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and a knockout flavor lineup, W is here to make sure you never gas out before the final bell. No fake stuff, no gimmicks, just pure power. So whether you're cutting promos or cutting down on fatigue, grab a tub of W and unleash your inner champ. Head over to w.gg, use promo code Mr. and Mrs. and get 10% off your first order. That's w.gg. Fuel up, throw down, and leave your competition down for the 3 count.
Oh, you like wrestling? You like wrestling as much as me, Effie, the GCW World Champion? Well, I've got the right show for you. Tune in to Mr. and Mrs. Wrestling, where Steve and Mare bring you all the wrestling news, all the wrestling fun and gossip on a podcast available to you for free to listen to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you get podcasts. That's right, it's Mr. and Mrs. Wrestling.
Welcome, guys. We're going to start off with talking about AEW Dynamite. The first match of the night was a non-title match. It was Adam Page against Josh Alexander. He had Lance Archer and Rocky Romero with him. Adam Page defeated Josh Alexander in 16 minutes and 21 seconds. What are your thoughts on this match, babe?
Both these guys are great workers. Page is having great matches with everyone, and I can't wait for Kyle Fletcher to get a main event shot with him. Should be a fantastic match at All Out.
So, Adam Page is fighting Kyle Fletcher?
Correct.
At All Out?
At All Out.
Not Hangman Adam Page.
Yes, Hangman Adam Page is fighting.
Oh, you know who I was thinking of?
Kyle O'Reilly?
No. Somebody else.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It was not Hangman Adam Page. Anyways, can you tell that we both have a cold? We both are nasally. Then there was a tag team match. It was Alex Windsor and Riho defeating Emi Sakura and Mercedes Moné. I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen Emi Sakura.
Yeah, she comes around every few months, just like Rio.
So it was a good match.
It was an entertaining match. The last 3 minutes was very sloppy for Rio. I don't know if she got tired or if it's ring rust or just fighting somebody new with Mercedes Moné, but definitely wasn't top form Rio at the end.
And it was only 9 minutes and 43 seconds, so that's a third of the match she wasn't there for.
Yeah, Alex Windsor definitely stood out more with Mercedes Moné, but we got about a week till the actual pay-per-view, so We'll see.
Then there was a singles match. Ricochet defeats Shelton Benjamin in 11 minutes and 6 seconds. What are your thoughts on this match?
This was a great match. Both guys looked fantastic. Shelton and Ricochet are two of the best in AEW right now. Ricochet has been doing his best work with the Gates of Agony. His personality is really coming through every week in his promos, and this was just an absolutely fantastic match. Again, building towards that All Out.
It's crazy because Shelton Benjamin is easily like, what would you say, twice his age maybe? Or
yeah, I mean, he's got a good 10 to 12 years on him.
Wow, that's crazy. Then we had a non-title Philly street fight. Tony Storm defeated Sky Blue in this match. It was 11 minutes and 43 seconds. Is this the one where she stapled her in the ass?
Yes. Yeah, the staples were very heavy in this match. It was a violent match, but it was absolutely fantastic. She paid tribute to the Sandman. She had a kendo stick with the Sandman's name on it. When she got to the stairs, instead of having a beer can, she had a beatbox, and she chugged that and smashed the box against her head. It was pretty funny. It was a great showing for Sky Blue. She looked fantastic out there. This was by far the best match she's ever had in AEW. Tekla and Julia attacked Tony after the match, and Statlander and Hayter tried to make the save, and Hayter accidentally hit Statlander. She didn't seem to mind too much, as they're part of that four-way for the title coming up.
Yeah.
But Tekla was left standing tall, holding the title, so it'll be interesting to see if Tekla gets a run and they try to make somebody off of this match.
You know, Sky Blue, I never know that it's her because her look has changed so dramatically that I don't even recognize her.
Yeah, she was out for a while with that injury, that knee injury, and she came back, changed it all up, similar to her boyfriend, Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
He changed his look after an injury, and they're both running strong right now.
Then we had the $500 10-man tag match, or is that 500,000?
500,000.
It's a period, so I thought it was like $500 and cents.
500,000. That'd be a crappy payday. Each guy gets $100.
Yeah, it would suck. Then we had the $5,000 10-man.
$500,000.
What did I say?
5,000. You're slowly going up. They went from 100 to 1,000.
Then we had the $500,000 10-man tag team match. It was the Death Riders and the Young Bucks against Brodito and the Ops. It was a 13-minute and 22-second match.
Yeah, it was a good match. I wish they would do elimination matches when things like this are going on. It would add to the excitement of the match instead of everybody just trying to get their stuff in. But the main thing to come out of this match was the surprise turn. And Daniel Garcia, as we talked about in previous weeks, he came out to aid Jon Moxley, and he stomped Darby Allin into a steel chair twice to end the show. So that was the big reveal. And now Daniel Garcia has joined the Death Riders.
Interesting.
Yep. For this show, I really enjoyed the Hangman and Alexander match and the Ricochet and Benjamin match. Both were fantastic matches. My least favorite match was, again, the last 3 minutes of the women's tag match. It was just real sloppy. I hope Rio can knock off some of that rust before the pay-per-view.
I'm sure she can. She hasn't been doing any wrestling since she left.
Not too much, not high level like this either. This is a totally different thing than, working indies or Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Yeah.
They did announce that there's going to be an AEW Unified Championship tournament, and the final is going to be a three-way at All Out for the title. It is Kazuchika Okada versus Michael Oku, Konosuke Takeshita versus Anthony Bowens, the Beast Muertos versus Mascarada Dorada. So if I had to guess, we're probably getting Okada, Takeshita, and the Beast Muertos.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
That would be a good one. They could do Dorada just to get a CMLL person in there, but that would be my pick. And again, I hope they save the one-on-one Okada versus Takeshita match for Wrestle Kingdom.
So who do you think would win the match, though, of the three-way?
Okada. Okada would either pin Muertos or Dorada to get the win, because you're not going to pin Takeshita before
Wrestle Kingdom?
Before his big match next month against Zack Sabre Jr.
That's right. Moving on to AEW Collision. There was an AEW Unified title, an AEW International title, an AEW Continental title eliminator match. Konosuke Takeshita defeated Anthony Bowens in 9 minutes and 14 seconds.
Yeah, this was Takeshita advancing in that tournament that we were just talking about. It was a solid matchup. Bowens held his own with Takeshita, and this was his best singles match that he's had. And Takeshita looks like he's going to be a good guy coming up.
So he's going to be face.
Yep.
Then we had a $500,000 10-man tag team match. This time it was the women. It was Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, and the Triangle of Madness. And they defeated Harley Cameron, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tay J, which is Anna J and Tay Mello.
Yeah, Tony Storm was on commentary for this match and was absolutely hilarious. The two best things that stood out were Harley Cameron is Jim Henson with tits, and Anna J's backside makes Tony's look like baloney.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
She is just like so good.
Yeah, she's been doing the media round. She was on Ariel Helwani. She was on the Sandman's podcast, so she's definitely getting out there. This was a good match. Again, Megan Bayne always stands out. She looks great. Harley Cameron's getting better in the ring. This is also the best Jamie Hayter's looked in a long time.
Yeah.
So hopefully she can stay healthy. And they did a promo before the match where Hayter and Tay J stated that they wanted nothing to do with the Death Riders. And Statlander was trying to explain that she doesn't have anything to do with them. But as soon as the match started, there was Wheeler Yuta out on the outside cheering on Statlander. So it'll be interesting to see. Could they get involved at All Out? We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. Then there was a singles match. Wait, back up. Can we just talk about that Tony Storm interview on Ariel Helwani's podcast? So we briefly listened to that today for maybe 20 minutes?
Yeah.
It was the most boring podcast ever. He just didn't know how to interact with her.
Yeah, she was in full character, and he's looking for just the real person.
And it's not how it goes.
Right. And
for like a Tony Storm or an MJF, like you never want to break character. That's like The Undertaker being like, hey, my name's Mark. I've got red hair.
Yeah, I mean, Helwani is what he is. He's not the biggest AEW supporter, so I'm sure he wasn't overly interested in it. It wasn't his show's all about this interview.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Tony didn't put in her best effort either.
Yeah, it was great, but not for her lack of trying.
Yep.
Then we had a singles match between Big Bill and Max Caster. It was only 1 minute and 54 seconds. Big Bill won.
Yeah, this was Max Caster's weekly 5-minute challenge to see who can survive with the best wrestler alive.
Yeah.
So Big Bill won, cut a promo afterwards, asking Eddie Kingston, where is he?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. After that is where it got a little more interesting. When Jerry Lynn came down and confronted Max Caster, talking about him and Bowens needing to get back together.
What?
They got into a little altercation in the back, and when they were out there arguing in the ring, out came Blake Christian and Lee Johnson, who told Jerry Lynn they need to pay attention to them instead of two washed-up former tag team wrestlers. And then they went on to attack Jerry Lynn and Max Caster, and Bowens made the save, and they did a double clothesline on Blake Christian. So they could be planting the seeds for the Acclaim to get back together, which would be great for both guys as they're both floundering as singles and they need to be a tag team again.
Tony Khan, are you listening to this? Because we literally just said this like a week ago.
Yeah. So
seems like he's getting his booking from you.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is Jerry Lynn Daddy Ass 2.0? Is Billy Gunn going to come back, or is Jerry Lynn the new guy in the Acclaimed? We'll see.
I don't know who Jerry Lynn is. Who is he?
He's a former ECW champion. He was WWE light heavyweight champion.
But he's not
Ring of Honor champion.
Jeff Jarrett?
No, he's not Jeff Jarrett.
Okay, well, that's who I thought he was.
Nope.
I know who Jeff Jarrett is.
Totally.
J-E-F-F,
Yeah.
J-A-R-R-E-T-T.
Yeah, this is Jerry Lynn.
JERRYLYNN.
Yep, Jerry Lynn.
Jeff Jarrett. Then we had a tag team match. So we had FTR versus Adam Priest and Tommy Billington. This match went for 17 minutes and 7 seconds, and FTR picked up the win.
Yeah, another rematch with Priest and Billington, and FTR continued to show why they're one of the best tag teams in wrestling. Priest and Billington look great together again. I would like to see FTR and Priest and Billington form like a little group and have Priest and Billington be like their little minions, Stokely advising them, maybe have them go for like Ring of Honor tag titles or some indie tag titles, something to just get these guys a little rub, but very good match.
So it was Adam Priest I was thinking of in the beginning.
Oh.
Not Adam Page.
Yeah, Adam Priest.
Then we had another match for that bracket. So the unified title, the AEW International title, and the AEW Continental title match. It was Kazuchika Okada versus Michael Oku at 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Kazuchika Okada picked up the win, just like you said.
Yeah, this was a great showcase for Michael Oku, who I think is going to be in AEW full-time at some point. So great to see him there getting some shine. And again, I think they got to do Okada versus Takeshita at Wrestle Kingdom. It'll help New Japan out greatly, and it'll get Takeshita over on a major stage in a major moment.
Yeah, I agree. Then we had a tag team match. This was the final match of the night. Death Riders defeated Paragon, which is Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. This was 12 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah, my big takeaway is Garcia really with Mox, or is he trying to outsmart the Death Riders? You know, is he like trying to lull Mox into thinking they're friends and tag team partners? So we'll have to see how it plays out. The other thing that I kept thinking is, how does Eddie Kingston come into play in all this?
Right.
What's he going to think with the whole Death Rider thing going on and his attack on pro wrestling? It's going to be interesting to see what Eddie Kingston does and what his mindset is, because he's had his clashes with Mox, and he's really got an issue with Claudio, and he's got a big-time issue with Gabe Kidd, who's been running with Moxley. So
yeah,
very interesting to see where all these things are leading to after All Out, excuse me.
Is he going to make an appearance?
Yeah, Eddie's fighting Big Bill.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Oh, that's great news.
We'll be going over that later this week in our All Out preview.
Awesome. We are going to go ahead and take our first break.
Our next contest is a singles bout set for one fall.
All right, we are back, and we're going to cover the GCW Evil Deeds show. This was last Friday night?
Correct.
Okay, I caught some of it.
Yeah, it was a solid show.
Those skewers. Oof. There was a 6-way scramble match. KJ Orso defeated Braden Toon, Chase Bennett, Gary J., Jeffrey John, and Trey Lamar in 9 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, this was another KJ Orso doing his I'm in the match, but not really too involved, and then stealing the win. So continuing to build Orso, who used to be Fuego del Sol.
Okay. Then we had a singles match, Mance Warner against Beastman. He defeated Beastman in 8 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah, this wasn't as vicious as I thought it was going to be, but big win for Mance Warner.
He comes out with that lady, right?
Steph DeLander.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Steph DeLander. Then we had a singles match. Megan Bain picked up the win against Shotzi Blackheart in 14 minutes and 5 seconds. How did Megan Bain look? I didn't realize she did stuff with GCW.
Yeah, as the better half of Joey Janela, she's big in GCW. She looked good. This was one of the big matches that I was really looking forward to. Shotzi didn't look as good as she did with Cardona, but it was still a very good match. And Megan Bain continues to look great. You know, I really want to see her get a run as, GCW champion, as Ring of Honor Women's champion, something to stand out. Ring of Honor, Women's TV champion, something like that.
Yeah.
To give her a little run. Maybe have her beat Mercedes and take one of those titles. I think it would be great.
I feel like I haven't seen a lot of personality from her.
No, Penelope does a lot of the talking, but I think if they got her a manager or put her with FTR and had Stokely with her, that would be great. Or the first female in the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
Her with Don Callis would be great.
That'd be awesome.
I would love that.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Then we had another singles match. One called Manders defeated Dominic Guarini in 7 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yeah, solid match. Nothing too crazy, but two decent workers.
Then we had a tag team death match. It was the Coker brothers, which is Atticus and Otis Coker with Christian Napier, and they picked up the win against Bobby Beverly and Matt Tremont. This was the skewer spot.
Yeah. Tremont got skewers pounded into his head 3 different times and then hit with a steel chair in the head with the skewers in his head.
He looked like a freaking porcupine at one point. It was insane.
Yeah, Tremont, he's got one of the best entrances coming out to Journey. You always get excited for his matches. His matches are always death matches, always super violent. This was a big win for the Cogar brothers.
Yeah, and do you think he'll ever get those splinters out of his head?
Maybe.
Someday?
Yeah, the big thing with this match is Charles Mason and Slade came out and attacked Atticus Cougar after the match. So it looks like we're going to get the Cogar brothers against Mason and Slade at some point. So it's only going to get more violent, more bloody, and crazier.
Yeah. Then we had a death match between Dr. Redacted against Crazy King. Dr. Redacted picked up the win in 12 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah, Dr. Redacted is wild. Looking forward to seeing him in War Games coming up against JCW.
Wait, they're having GCW?
Yep.
Versus JCW, which is the Insane Clown Posse promotion?
Yeah, Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Okay. All right. Then we had a 4-way tag team match with Effie and Gringo Loco picking up the win against Bangin' Matthews, Boisterous Behavior, Joey Janela, and Marcus Mathers. This was a 16-minute and 8-second match.
Yeah, this was a great match. It was a nice surprise that Effie was in the match. Arez was supposed to team up with Loco, but withdrew due to injury. So in came the world champion. Very entertaining match. It was nice to see Leon Slater in GCW as well.
And Joey Janela paid tribute to Sabu in this match.
Yep. Yeah, he paid tribute to Sabu. It was the best match of the night for sure.
Then we had a tag team death match. The Rejects, John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley, defeated the Pillars, which is Malcolm Moore III and Tommy Vendetta. 13 minutes and 20 seconds. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this was an okay match. It was nice to see John Wayne Murdoch not light himself on fire this evening.
Oh, wow. I guess it's the little things.
Yep. All in all, it was an okay GCW match. Not the greatest show, but solid show.
Yeah. Then we had AAA Worlds Collide. To start the show off, we had a 8-man tag team match. La Parca, Laredo Kid, Mascarita Sagrada, and Octagon Jr. picked up the win against Lince Dorado, LWO, which is Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, and Mini Abismo Negro.
Yeah, this was a good match. LWO, they're perfect for AAA. And like I thought, they really made La Parca look good, I thought, in this match.
Yeah.
He has the size and the gimmick to be attractive to the WWE style.
Yeah. Then we had the AAA Reina de Reinas title #1 contendership match. Natalia defeated Fabi Apache in 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Natty looked great in this match. I did see this match, and she looked awesome.
Yeah, this wasn't Natalia. This was Natty. So you got the full indie look, which is great. I love the attitude from her when she looks like this. No nonsense. She's just coming there to kick some ass. So glad to see that she got this win. I really would like to see her get a run with the Reina de Reign's title.
That would be really awesome. I think she definitely should keep up this gimmick. It's a good gimmick.
Yeah, I'd like to see her do more. She's been on everywhere. NWA, she's worked GCW, she's worked Bloodsport, she's working AAA. So, very exciting, very entertaining. It's just good to see Natty actually working and doing it, not in like cat ears.
Doing it dirty.
Yeah.
Then we had the AAA World Tag Team title match. Pagano and Psycho Clown defeated Grayson Waller and Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods. This was a 16-minute and 53-second match.
Yeah, Woods had a medical procedure. He had like a boil or something taken off his neck.
Wow.
So he wasn't able to wrestle, which is why Grayson Waller was in there. But Woods was very entertaining on the outside. Again, New Day is great in AAA. They're over, they're recognizable names, and they can actually have some matches here. I'd like to see Woods go solo for a little bit, maybe go for a title in AAA. He's looking the best he's ever looked, and yeah, this was a solid match. The big shocker was afterwards, the Wyatts attacked, and Loomis jumped off the top rope and did a leg drop to Psycho Clown on the outside through a table. And the Wyatts, their gimmick is fantastic for AAA.
Yeah.
The Mexican audience is going to eat up that spooky stuff. They'll play into that suspension of disbelief with the Wyatts.
Yeah.
And I think they would be fantastic, and especially like the Mexican arenas, like really coming out with the gimmicks and everything. And it's something to see for sure.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm always a fan of having more Mexican wrestlers on Mexican wrestling show and less WWE wrestlers. But, honestly, it's about the fans and what they want.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, there's a lot of things WWE does that we don't like, but it's fine. Then there was a mixed tag team match. Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana defeated the Judgment Day. So Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez. It was 11 minutes and 59 seconds. So basically a 12-minute match. Was Demonito there?
Yep. Yeah, you got your Iguana and Demonito spot. Ugh. Demonito did tope to the outside, and he went up for the coup de grace, but got stopped.
So who won the match, Demonito or Iguana?
Lola Vice picked up the win.
Dang, girl.
Yep, she picked up the win over Roxanne, front and center on that hard camera. So very interesting to see her going over on Roxanne. So they probably have big ideas either in NXT or in AAA for Lola Vice.
Yeah, I think she's been awesome in AAA. I'd liked seeing her there. Then we had the AAA Latin American title. It was a fatal 4-way match. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. defeated Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, and JD McDonough in 9 minutes and 56 seconds. How is Ethan Page?
He's been great. His run with Chelsea Green was awesome. He's been doing great things as the North American champion. I've always enjoyed his work. I wish he would have stayed in AEW. He would have been great with Don Callis, teaming up with his former tag team partner in the North, Josh Alexander. There was a spot where Dragon Lee did a double stomp to both Ethan Page and JD McDonough at the same time, which was really cool. And again, we're just seeing more and more of Dragon Lee. And I think he's been the person to benefit the most from this AAA affiliation. Working every single week, getting big time showcases. So good for him. And Dr. Wagner, it's actually, they've removed the junior. So one of Vince McMahon's, precedents was nobody's a junior. They take away all juniors.
So they've taken away just the junior.
Yeah, so now he's just
El Hijo de Dr. Wagner.
Yep. Or Dr. Wagner 3.
Okay.
So yeah, just WWE doing WWE things. They don't like juniors. It is one of their things because Vince was always a junior.
Yeah.
He is a junior, so
he doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it.
Then we had the AAA Mega Title match. Dominic Mysterio picked up the win against El Hijo de Vikingo. There is a lot of son of in this. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner, the son of Dr. Wagner, the son of Vikingo. But you called that. You thought it would be a good fit for him to pick up the win and carry that title.
Yeah, it was a huge win for Dom. Too much interference for my liking. You had the Judgment Day. Rey Mysterio came out. Dragon Lee came out. You got El Grande Americano coming out, who he got the biggest pop out of everybody that came out. The crowd was hot for this match, and especially the ending. At the end, Dom pushed his dad and bullied his dad and demanded that he put the title around his waist.
Yeah.
And Ray was not happy the whole time. If I had to guess, I think they're going to build towards a Dom versus Ray, a mask versus hair match, because those are always big in Mexico. And what better way to humiliate his dad and show that he's the greatest Mysterio ever?
Is to take his mask.
Yep.
And then...
But Ray will win and shave the mullet off of Dom, who then can prance around on TV, not wanting to show his bald head, wearing, a cap, and they humiliate Dom by taking it off, and he runs away, and, it's a whole story then.
Or we get the mask versus hair match, and Ray loses his mask, making it his final match ever.
Could.
And he's retired.
If he's retiring. But I don't think they want Ray to retire. They want him to keep going.
So if he loses his mask, so at the beginning of the show when they did the singing and stuff, Rey Mysterio was there. If he lost his mask, would he go maskless, or would he continue to wear the mask but not wrestle?
I don't know. Normally, in past instances, once you lose the mask, you can keep wrestling, but
you have to not wear it.
Yeah. He's already lost his mask once in WCW, and he put it back on when he came to WWE. So
does it count as losing it if you cover your face immediately?
No.
Oh, he did that.
Yeah, but he actually wrestled without his mask for years in WCW.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All right, guys, we're going to take our next break.
Our next contest is a singles bout set for one fall.
Welcome back. We are going to be moving on to WWE SmackDown now. There was a United States title match. Sami Zayn defeated Rey Fénix in 15 minutes and 47 seconds. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a total dream match. It was a big shame that half this match was during commercials, so you only got to see actually 8 minutes of the match.
Yeah.
So you lost half of it. In any other promotion, this would have been match of the year. Still a good match. I wish we could have seen it all. Definitely go out of your way to see this. While I was watching this match, it made me think, there was 3 people I wish would have went to AEW. One of them being Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Because then we could have gotten the Young Bucks versus Sammy and Kevin.
That would have been a great match.
Sammy and Kevin versus the Lucha Brothers.
That would have been awesome, too.
Sammy and Kevin versus Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
Versus FTR.
Yeah.
All great matches. And the last was AJ Styles. I've wanted to see the AJ Styles Kenny Omega match since they teased it in New Japan when the Young Bucks and Kenny turned on Styles on New Year's Dash.
Wow.
And then he went right to WWE. We never got that match. So those would be the 3 people I wish would have went to AEW. But doesn't look like either of those guys will get there. But yeah, Sammy versus Fénix, great match.
You never know. They could get there.
Maybe.
Then we had the women's title match. We had Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill in a double countout, 11 minutes and 23 seconds.
Yeah, Tiffy got hurt on the moonsault spot out on the floor. You could see her head smash against the floor. She got a little whiplash and then thrown around by a returning Nia Jax. So Tiffy was removed from the NXT Homecoming show. So definitely something to look at. She was also sporting a thinner look for Tiffy.
Yeah.
Looking more like Charlotte and not as thick.
Yeah, I was hearing something about that this week.
Yeah, Nia, she did the run-in, laying out both women. So it looks like down the line we're going to get a triple threat for the title. But Nia was looking great. She's been working out with The Rock and Roman, so she's lost over 100 pounds, looking fantastic.
Good for her. Good for Tiffy, too. Then we had a singles match. It was Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre picked up the win here in 17 minutes and 10 seconds. Two huge guys.
Yeah, this was a solid match, and it got me thinking, could McIntyre be the one to retire Cena?
I would love that.
He would run with it on social media. He could change his handle to the last man to beat John Cena.
Cena Killer.
Yeah, he could run with it.
Cena Slayer.
Make him the ultimate heel. He could brag about that every chance he got. But at the end of this match, we got the Cody return from his Street Fighter hiatus. So he made the return, attacked Drew McIntyre, and challenged Drew for WrestlePalooza.
So
we're going to get McIntyre versus Cody for the title. So it'll be interesting. Definitely building towards a big show that we'll be covering later this week. The best match of the night was Sammy and Phoenix. Again, can't say enough about this. Great match. This was a really good show. I'd imagine that it was an even better show live.
Yeah.
It was a great card. You also had an interaction where B-Fab was coming out to wrestle Julia, but Julia and Kiana James just attacked her before the match, and it really made Julia look like a killer.
Yeah.
She just beat the hell out of B-Fab, and Michin came out to make the save, and Kiana James took two very strong kendo stick shots, and she sold it really well. So Julia and Kiana James came off great in their segment. So glad to see they booked Julia to look a little bit stronger. There was also a really funny segment with Brock Lesnar and R-Truth, now known as Ron Cena, the younger brother of John Cena. So Ron was trying to explain to Brock how him and Cena are brothers. And Brock said, brothers with different mothers? And he says, nope, we have the same fathers.
Brock Lesnar broke character during this segment.
He laughed multiple times. And Ron gave Brock the rundown how Cena was making kids cry and he's not the same guy and that he needs to be nice to Cena. And Brock didn't care and he gave him an F5. And while he gave him an F5, he ripped his pants. So Brock was having fun with it. I think Brock will do anything with R-Truth because R-Truth makes him laugh and he'll get beaten up by Brock, but it was a fantastic segment. There was a couple of dark matches on this show as well. The pre-show dark match was Fraxium versus Los Garza in a tag match, and then afterwards they got a street fight where Jacob Fatu defeated Rusev and LA Knight defeated Braun Breaker. So if you were at this SmackDown, from everything I saw and these dark matches, this was a really good SmackDown show. And if I was going to a WWE show, this was probably one of the better WWE shows you could have gone to. Good matches that got real time and entertaining segments in between.
Yeah.
So a really good SmackDown.
So we opened the show with the singles match. It was Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez. Lyra picks up the win in 9 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yeah, Bailey made her return in this match, and looks like she has a split personality gimmick. So we'll see what happens. She was doing a lot of the early Bailey mannerisms and did a Bailey to belly as well. So good to see Bailey back. And actually, we have an update. Liv Morgan was at the announcement for the Saudi WrestleMania show.
Oh, yeah?
And word going around is that she's at the Performance Center back in the ring training. So we could get a Liv Morgan return eminently. So definitely, probably in the next month, we'll be seeing Liv Morgan returning to our television screens.
So they're probably going to ramp up the Roxanne and Dominic's.
Especially now that he's a double champion and everybody wants some the greatest luchador of all time.
Yep. Then we had a singles match, Penta versus Kofi Kingston. Penta picks up the win here in 7 minutes and 31 seconds.
Yeah, there was a nice finish here where Penta did a springboard destroyer on the Kofi, which was awesome. Then afterwards, they attacked Penta in the back. So Grayson Waller, Xavier Woods, and Kofi all attacked Penta. So it looks like we could be getting a Lucha Brothers reunion now that Phoenix no longer has a tag team partner, as Andrade is no longer with WWE.
Gone, baby, gone.
Yeah, he is gone. He got his release just this week. There was rumors going around that he failed a wellness check. So nothing that's been finalized, but yeah, he is gone. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes. And I'm going to pull it up now. He had a very interesting interaction with one Maxwell Jacob Friedman on X this week. So after news broke out that he was no longer there, MJF decided to shoot him a tweet. He said, "Ayo, Andrade El Idolo. I'm going to be in Mexico beating the ever-loving shit out of Mystico at CMLL in front of all your broke-ass countrymen. Let me know if you want to grab a marg before I hop on my jet to Toronto to whoop Mark Briscoe's hillbilly ass." Andrade responded with a middle finger.
And he calls him a cabron.
Yep. So then MJF responds, "Oh, it's like that? Okay, Perro."
Perro, dog.
Yep. And Andrade said, "In Mexico, it's a mask versus hair mask." And Andrade responded, "In Mexico, it's mask versus hair, pussy." So MJF said, "LOL, no. Get over without burning another bridge, then we can discuss us having a match at all, pussy." Then Andrade said, "Okay, see you. Be careful in Mexico." So, could Andrade be returning to his home promotion of CMLL? He didn't really finish on the greatest terms with AEW.
Yeah.
He went out nicely, but there was issues in the back from what was said. So very interesting to see. But the best thing out of all of this is we could finally be getting the Lucha Brothers in WWE, which would be fantastic for Penta, fantastic for Phoenix.
Yep.
And they should be tag team champions instantly.
I think it would be awesome. I love the Lucha Brothers. Next, we had a singles match. El Grande Americano defeats Dragon Lee in 10 minutes and 12 seconds.
More Dragon Lee. He is literally on every single show.
Yeah.
So good for them for booking him. Every time he's in the ring, you see why AEW wanted him so bad. In the El Grande Americano, they're doing the old doink gimmick where there's multiple of the same person. So we had 3 Grande Americanos make an appearance in this match. So it'll be interesting to see how or when they bring back Chad Gable, because I think Ludwig has earned the gimmick. he should be the El Grande Americano. It's perfect for him.
There was a meme or something of Ludwig Kaiser with Grande Americano, and they're like, see, it couldn't be him.
Yeah. So supposedly it's El Grande as the El Grande Americanos. The first one was Chad Gable, then Ludwig. Then they also have Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate in there as well. So,
which is hilarious because they're all different heights.
right,
Ludwig
which is
being the tallest.
Right, which is the idea to make it fun. But in Mexico, they absolutely love the gimmick.
Yeah, they do. Then we get a singles match between Stephanie Vacour against Kairi Sane and with Asuka. Stephanie Vacour picks up the win in 11 minutes and 57 seconds.
Yeah, Stephanie looked great in this match. We hadn't seen her wrestle since July, so good to see her getting some work.
Yeah.
This continues to build towards the Asuka heel turn. Is Kairi going to join her, or is she going to stay with Io? It's going to be interesting to see. I think Stephanie is great. Again, another one that Tony Khan desperately wanted to keep, but she wanted to go to WWE. But how does WWE feel? Are they going to give her the ball and let her run with it?
I hope so. I think she's a great wrestler.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting because sometimes, WWE gets it in their head that they just don't have it. Look at Jade.
Yeah.
They built her up, and then she got a title match and didn't get it. So are they going to stick with Io and build towards the Io and Rhea match, or are they going to let Stephanie run? We'll talk about that later this week.
Okay. Then we had a tag team match, The Vision, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed defeating Jimmy Uso and LA Knight in 12 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, I want to know where we're going with The Vision. We continue to see these tag matches. They continue to win. Time to give them a tag team title match.
Yeah.
They should be tag champs. If you want The Vision to be the dominating force in WWE,
they got to have the gold, the weight behind it.
Yep. They could do a lot more with it. Having them as the tag champs, and you got Becky and you got Seth, you'd have champs all around.
Yep.
Jey Uso and LA Knight can't stop double crossing each other. It looked like LA Knight was going to hit Jey with a steel chair, but then they shook hands, and then LA Knight hit a BFT. So, looks like we're going to get a match at some point with those two.
Okay.
But it was a decent Raw. Great opening promo for Cena, who got the hometown reaction in Springfield this week. Another long promo for Punk, AJ, Becky, and Seth. I prefer more wrestling over the conversation, but the twist they did in this match where it seemed like Becky and Seth weren't on the same page was a good twist to keep everyone attached to this ongoing feud. So It looked like they weren't on the same page, but then Becky snuck in and took down AJ and then slapped Punk a couple times, and Becky and Seth kissed in the aisleway and were outsmarting the other married couple. So we'll see what happens. And then it also set up Dom and Rusev. So it looks like Rusev is going for the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see how this goes and, the interaction between Dom and Rusev. Dom's definitely going to be the heavily cheered one. So maybe Liv makes her return to help Dom in his match against Rusev.
That doesn't make sense to me.
What?
Liv? Why would she help him defeat Rusev?
Because that's her man, Dirty Dom.
I know, but it doesn't make sense to me.
Why? She returns to help her man.
I think she should return for another reason.
Oh. We'll see.
Dom's got 2 belts. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself.
We'll see. But yeah, solid show.
And then moving on to NXT Homecoming.
Yeah, this was billed as a huge NXT show, and they pulled out the big guns early with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and William Regal.
Yep.
They teased a War Games match. So could we get a War Games at NXT? Team Triple H of older NXT wrestlers against the team Shawn Michaels of newer NXT wrestlers.
That would be actually really cool.
Yeah.
I would actually really like that.
It'd be interesting to see. This was this had high hopes for an NXT show, but I really feel like this under-delivered as far as, big, entertaining, surprise returns and so forth.
Yeah.
I was a little lackluster.
So the first match was the WWE Women's Tag Team title match. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair defeating The Culling, which is Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley. 11 minutes, 9 seconds.
Yeah, it was okay. Charlotte and Alexa, they're getting better as a team. They're definitely over. They've progressed as a team better than I thought they were, and they've lasted longer than I thought they would.
Yeah. Yeah, I like them together. The team with the other doll. Like, how many dolls do you need in the WWE?
There's a lot.
I don't think we need any of them. Do you?
Could.
Mr. Iguana, Demonito.
That's a different company, so.
The weird doll that Alexa Bliss has, and then that Barbie doll.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just how I feel. Then we have a tag team match. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Whoop that Trick. Versus DIY. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams brought in the win in 10 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yeah, it was nice to see Trick and Carmelo back together. They did their old moves as a group. Gargano and Ciampa are always good together. The big thing for this is it set up Trick versus Oba for a title versus title. NXT title versus TNA title.
Okay. Then we had the North American title match. Ethan Page defeated Tyler Breeze in 10 minutes and 38 seconds. How is it that Tyler Breeze has not aged?
That's why he's Prince Pretty.
Yeah.
Solid match. They're continuing to book Page well, so good for him. Big win for him and a good show.
Yeah. Then we had a 6-man tag team match. Lyra Valkyria, Rhea Ripley, and Stephanie Vacour defeated Fatal Influence, so Fallon Henley, JC Jane, and Jasmine Nix in 10 minutes and 6 seconds. So how long was this whole show?
This was a 2-hour NXT.
So it was like a 40 minutes worth of wrestling if you add up all the times.
Yep.
So it was like 2/3 talking.
Yep.
And commercials.
Yep.
That's annoying.
Yeah, this was supposed to be Tiffy in this match, but due to her injury, they replaced her with Lyra. And the big moment in the match was Rhea and Stephanie both did the Devil's Kiss at the same time. And
That's the booty?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Booker T absolutely lost his mind in this.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, so it was a decent show. Definitely under-delivered for what they hyped it up to be, for sure.
Yeah. So we'll be back later this week with a double preview show of this weekend in pro wrestling.
Yeah, we got 2 big shows this weekend. Also GCW Homecoming. So we got WWE's WrestlePalooza, their debut on ESPN.
All Out.
All Out as well. So both companies getting new deals for streaming. So first time for HBO Max. And then we have also the first time on ESPN for WWE. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any streaming issues or any hiccups for these first shows.
Yeah.
So
it will be interesting to see.
There's a lot of people that are concerned with ESPN and how smooth is it going to be for this first show.
Yeah, I hope they can work out the kinks ahead of time. There's going to be a lot of people trying it out for the first time, you know? Maybe a lot of people that have subscribed for the first time.
Or people trying to subscribe all at the same time.
Yeah.
With these logins from like YouTube TV, Spectrum, Verizon, whoever else. You know, is it actually going to work? Are people going to get upset? So hopefully they have their stuff together.
I hope so. It'll be fun to see. You can bet we are going to report about it on Monday.
And we're going to have Suplex and Sauce 3 this weekend as well. So be on the lookout. We're going to be flooding your timelines here in the next few days.
Absolutely. And guys, we're launching a new show. It's called The Grapple Rewatch. It is a rewatch of matches from past pay-per-views. So essentially, we will be doing it pretty much all the time. But if there's a big pay-per-view coming up like WrestlePalooza, I'll watch a match right along with you guys and talk about it and give my reactions, maybe a little history. So this first match is going to be from WrestlePalooza 97. It'll be Tommy Dreamer versus Raven. Super excited to watch that match.
Classic match from the ECW arena.
Yeah, I'm super excited. It is kind of like the pinnacle of their feud that they had in ECW. And the cool thing about the Grapple rewatch is actually more than likely I'll be watching matches for the first time.
Yeah, I won't spoil it, but when the 3 count hits, don't turn it off. Keep watching because something big happens at the end.
Okay, I will. All right, guys.
Thanks for tagging in this week. If you've had as much fun as we did, hit that follow button, leave a review, and we'll catch you next time, right here on Mr. and Mrs. Wrestling, where the ring never sleeps.